Hi everybody, Bearded Rogue here. Today I'm going to do something a little bit unique that I haven't done before. I am going to unbox a game that I did a review for back when it was on Kickstarter. This is Fire of Eidolon. I haven't removed the shrink wrap so you can still see the glowing of my phone screen in it, but we're going to go ahead and crack this open. I just got it. And I'm very, very excited to open it. I really enjoyed the prototype version of this game that I played prior to the Kickstarter. That's a little bit better. You can see there's fancy UV coating on the title there. But yeah, I reviewed this game when it was on Kickstarter. Had a really good time with it. Described it as a dungeon crawling version of like Forbidden Island, more gamerly version of Forbidden Island, if you will. So we're gonna go ahead and crack the box and see what's inside. So first of all, the inside of the box is all black. That's pretty neat. The box itself is really sturdy. Shouldn't be surprised. It's Magic Meeple Games, and they always do a really good job. Their Dark Rock Ventures box was basically a fort, so it doesn't surprise me that this one is similar in nature. Alright, let's go ahead and start taking some stuff out. So we got the rule book here, which has a turn flow chart on the back. Looks pretty good. Lots of tiny illustrations of the game components and setup and stuff like that. Example pictures. It's not filled with all sorts of images, although little reminder images saying, hey, if you get lost, go check the flowchart on the back of the book is pretty cool. It also has a QR code on the front with a hey, listen, which is just hilarious. That says if you don't want to read the rule book, you can go watch a video. That's pretty awesome. I always like it when people implement stuff like that. Looks like they've got some scenarios and stuff in here. Yeah, advanced options lets you select your difficulty, playing multiple heroes, adding teleportation glyphs, secret passages, invasion of the shadow cult, shades of Vorax, and then there's a description of all of the heroes and what they do, just giving a quick summary of each one. And then a whole bunch of acknowledgments, which are really, really cool, especially since I'm actually in the book right there. That's neat. It's always cool to see my name in a rule book. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Magic Meeple, for putting me in there. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so very, very cool. Very, very cool setup here. Yeah, rulebook's good. I like it. I'll have to read it, obviously, but upon my first flip through, it's got lots of examples, it's got lots of reminder text, it's got the little QR code to let you go look at a video. That's a big thumbs up. Baggies. They gave me baggies. I already love them. Any publisher who puts baggies in their game to store the components of their game gets major ups from me, period. That's just a 100% truism. I don't understand why more publishers don't do it. You would think that they would really want you to be able to store the game in the box that they sent to you without having to acquire outside bits. But not all publishers include it. This one did. Thanks, guys. Alright, let's go ahead and open this. Look like some very large cards here, and I'm having some... They're shrink wrapped really tight. Yeah, I used my teeth. I'm sorry. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So, opening this guy up, and it looks like we've got the cards that control the difficulty settings. So, like, here's hard and very hard. That's interesting. Here's, oh, cool, we've got the heroes. So here's the Dark Knight, Avalok. Here's Callistos, the Rogue. That's cool. Oh, cool. Difficulty setting Nightmare and Legendary. So I can put that with hard and very hard. I'm assuming Legendary is ridiculous challenge rating. So we're going to go ahead and put those in order. Here's Temiko, the Geomancer. What I love is even in pixel art, these characters are diverse. That's fantastic. Cirrus, the soldier. I wonder if this is the Cloud analog. You tell me. Very clever use of the name, though. Let's see, what else do we have? We have Scenario here. This is Scenario 3 and Scenario 4. Those change up the rules of the game a bit. Here's Cecilia, the Paladin. Can add that to the characters. Here's Cyrus, the Wizard. Looking pretty cool. Okay, here's the beginner normal card for difficulties. So we'll go ahead and throw that on there. Amelia, the Cleric. Kaylana, the Ranger. Here's difficulty extreme and heroic. And it looks like this actually slots between Nightmare and or before Nightmare and Legendary, and after hard and very hard. Sydney and Bob, the Engineer. That's cool. Big old wrench and a little bomb type dude following her around. Daga, the Sage. Old dude. Maybe I could cosplay that. Here's scenarios 1 and 2, the Unstable Void and the Vagrant Portal. So we can add that to the other scenarios. Here's Carver, the Master Swordsman. Looks a little Link-like to me. Not too shabby. And here's Elfric, the Warrior. Also looking pretty darn good. So we've got all these characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 characters. 4 scenarios. And a set of 8 different difficulty levels. That's a lot of variability, especially since it plays 1 to 6. So, yeah. I also happen to have this this glitch difficulty setting that I got, I think, from the Dark Rock Ventures Kickstarter or from something else, but I'm going to add that to my stack of difficulties. I don't know how hard it is, but it's interesting that it exists out there as a little promo item. Let's see, so we've got a bag of plastic standees, bases. These are going to be coming in handy here in just a minute, I'm pretty sure. We got a big old bag of tiles. These are already bagged and punched. These are all the different rooms that exist in the game. Lots and lots of different rooms. I'm going to go ahead and open them up because I want to actually feel the tiles. So, these aren't the thickest tiles I've ever seen, but they're also not the thinnest. These are not like they're not like cards. These are chipboard. They're reasonably thick. They're sturdy. They're pretty large, all things considered. They're like 2 inches by 2 inches or something like that. Pretty big old squares, and the pixel art on them is really good. Like, here's the Hall of Illusion with like the MC Escher action going on, and all sorts of really cool things. I love the art in this game. before I go any further, let me actually look and see who it is, because they should be credited. I'm sure they are if I'm in the book. Pixel art, Andreas Probst and Ian Stedman. Well, Andreas and Ian being one of the developers and one of the people behind Magic Meeple, you guys did a great job on the pixel art. It's really freaking good. It's straight 16-bit era, it looks like. I'm really excited about that. So there's the bag of tiles. The fact that they're already bagged is also earning them brownie points. Alright, let's see. We got punch boards! What's in the punch boards? There are 3 punch boards of all sorts of neat stuff. The first one appears to be the standees for the various characters. And it looks like maybe a fireball and a boomerang, I'm sure, for the Link character. And then the threat level tracker that you actually use on the difficulty cards to determine how bad it's gotten. But, oh yeah, these punch out super easy. Like, no difficulties here getting these guys out. Like, they're no sticking to the punch board or anything like that. They're definitely cut all the way around. Here's the engineer's little bomb guy, Bob. That's really neat. Dark Knight, Sage. We got a boomerang. We got a big old fireball thing. And then we got the threat level, which actually has a punch out inside of a punch out, because this right here will be used on these to tell you how many cards you draw at the end of your turn when you do the bad stuff on your turn. Like, for those of you who haven't watched my previous video, much like Forbidden Desert, Forbidden Island, or any of the cooperative type games of that ilk, you will do all of your stuff, in this case governed by action points, and various things cost various numbers of action points. It's not just one for one. And then once you've taken your actions, you'll draw cards from the deck, and those are the rooms that will be impacted by the negative stuff that happens. So you do your good stuff, and then you do your bad stuff. Pretty standard for a co-op type game. Yeah, these punch boards are super well punched. I'm quite happy with this. They have all the little tokens here. I don't know if you can see that. These are the blue scroll type tokens. They're all these little things that you need to gather around the dungeon to unlock the various treasures that you need in order to get out, basically. And these were all like GameIcons.net noun project paper tokens in the prototype copy that I had, and these are nice sturdy chipboard with unique colors and shapes and graphic design of the different items so that they are very distinct and easy to tell apart. Big plus there. We've got what looks like some plus action point tokens, I'm guessing. I'm assuming AP is action points in this case, not analysis, paralysis, or armor points. Okay, this is fun. So one of the things that they included on the punch board is a little Magic Meeple standee that you can set up that will hang out. Let's see. Yeah, that's way too close. There you go. That will stand up and hang out with you on your adventures. Neat that they fit him on the punch board. That's kind of cool. I'm assuming this one's a him because it has a big old beard, but, you know, it could be a dwarf. Who knows? I don't think so because it's a Magic Meeple, and dwarves and magic only sort of go along hand in hand in most fantasy scenarios. Sorry, I'm just punching this stuff out and setting it aside. So 2 of the 3 punch boards down. Let's go ahead and just look at the last one. So the last one appears to have some fancier tokens on it. Look at that big bad down there. Pretty crazy. And some other some more of the action points and the different tokens of various types. I'm going to leave this one. And then the bottom of the box is also black inside, and very, very sturdy, because these guys understand what sturdy means. Says on the back that it's the first printing, very clearly here at the bottom in blue. That's really neat, so that when they reprint this, because it's a good game, I'm sure they'll have to, we'll end up with the versioning down there, so it'll be easy to know. They also include a couple of cool stats on here. They have a learn of 10 minutes, a teach of 5 minutes, and a setup of 5 minutes. Having played it in the past, I pretty much agree. They also have the QR code for the how to play videos on the back of the box, as well as on the rule book. So if you just see this sitting on a shelf, you could even scan the QR code and find out a little bit more about it. Yeah, that's pretty freaking wicked. Oh, they didn't just include one Magic Meeple. So, for those who don't know, Magic Meeple Press is actually a husband and wife team. They have lots of support, as any game company does, but they are the ones who pretty much run it. And we have both the husband and wife meeples, the Magic Meeples here, the purple and the blue, that they use as icons in the punch board. That's really cool, actually. I wonder if they have character stats at any point, or if that's ever a plan, because there's no reason these guys couldn't be wandering around the dungeon with these guys. Just a thought. They're not pixelated, but it's still cool that they found a way to get both of them in there on the punch board. That's just a neat little thing. So last thing is we're going to go ahead and open up the deck of cards that are in here. So as I said, this game works like a lot of the cooperative games, wherein you flip over cards at the end of your turn based on how bad things have gotten, and then you will do things to those rooms. So first of all, promo card for Dark Rock Ventures. Looks like it's a unique starting company based on Fire of Eidolon, which you get to start with a leader tile and you get these specific resources. That's pretty neat. Cool to include a promo with for your previous game in the your current one. They have a little promo item in here. I don't know exactly what Magic Meeple intends to do with these. I do know that Dark Rock Ventures included one as well. Says that they're keep it as your proof of purchase. It may become redeemable for promotional items via the crafting program. No idea what it does yet, but pretty neat that they've continued this tradition. And then all the rest of the cards are the various rooms in the dungeon that will make up the deck. And on your turn, you'll draw X number of cards from this deck, and they will do things to that room. Looks like, yeah, so there are 3 different kinds of puzzles, basically. There are puzzles that you solve using your intellect, puzzles that you solve using your dexterity, and puzzles that you solve using your skill. So like the blue rooms are all like wizard type centric rooms, and the green rooms are all like rogue centric type rooms filled with traps and stuff, and then the red ones are just big bad guys for you to fight. But they all have some correspondence there, and then the different characters have different stats different star ratings. Each one has 3 in one stat, 2 in one stat, and 1 in another. So the warrior is not very good at magic type stuff. He's decent at dexterity stuff. He's really good at strength type stuff. And then it tells you how many action points they have at the bottom for your player character, and then it has a menu of the actions that you can take and how many action points it costs you, and then your special abilities that you have here, which are really cool. Yeah, this is a really good production. Again, Magic Meeple did what they did with Dark Rock Ventures and kind of knocked it out of the park. There's not nearly as much wood in this one because there's no wood in this one. However, I don't know exactly what they would have done with it. Like maybe these tokens could have been wood, but I actually kind of like them as the printed chipboard. It makes them stand out from each other more, and it makes it very clear what they are. I don't know. I'm very, very happy with the production of this. I'm glad I kickstarted it. It is a really good game, and I already know that going in because I've played it several times, and really look forward to playing now with the production version of the game. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, and then I'll finish punching this all off screen, but I figured doing a unboxing of something that arrived while I was at Gen Con that I'd been waiting on, and taking another look at something that I looked at back when it was on Kickstarter would be fun. And it was, so I'm glad I did it. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bearded Rogue, out.